Have we ginkgo? Important
Oh,
questions.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, I'm in here.
Hey, we have a
All
ginkgo.
right. Have we ginkgo?
I need to
Yeah,
find a
Switch already
picture.
then.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, I'm in here.
Hey, we have a
All
ginkgo.
right.
Let's mute that. I need to find a picture of a curtain. Since Typo's not here, just put like a curtain over his
Oh,
square.
Mm-hmm.
We'll figure that out during the break. So yeah, we've wrapped up the Jewel of Yevon, and we're starting in on a new chapter following Elijah and the Jewel of Yevon that has been heisted. By this point, I'm gonna say IG. You have deducted that the Jewel of Yevon is a Kyber crystal.
What is it? What do I know? What would I know about Kyber?
You've heard different lore about it.
The rumors.
Yes. In your bounty hunt.
That you can supercharge an excellent laser weapon with one.
Not that level, but you know that they're like rare, and the old Jedi religion
Kind of venerated them.
Yeah.
So, okay. I think the Jedi religion was just like some monkeys worshiping a shiny rock. Makes sense.
I was gonna say, I felt like it fit with your character. So you and your group from the heist kind of went to a separate planet. Everyone parted ways. They went on their own path to try and rescue Toth from the Empire. You, for whatever reason, decided to follow Elijah. What would be your motivation for breaking off? Like, if you want to share it, what was the reason you decided to follow Elijah rather than continue on with the cohorts you were with before?
Well, we were just paid to do a job. Like, now we feel compelled. Some unknown. I don't know. You just feel IG feels compelled
The royal we.
I don't know, be near this crystal. He senses great adventure in and around this thing.
Okay.
I like
out
the
of character. Out of character, I'm thinking like as a, I don't know, like the force kind of is guiding him to like, you know, moving its puzzle pieces into place.
Okay.
He doesn't understand why he's being or wanting to do it. It's just
it doesn't align
like,
with your programming. You just know it's something you have to do.
Well, it does kind of align with their programming in that IG thinks there's going to be, you know, need of his marksmanship. Like this Jedi lady, she had to hit him with a tree. That's kind of some weak ass shit. She might need a blaster.
Listen,
there's not a tree
is
around.
Very impressive at all, but that tree is just not high enough damage.
Right.
Okay. I gotta find a better one. All right. So you've left. We'll say that you guys were actually separated ways in Nar Shaddaa, and now you're making your way to the Minos cluster. Specifically, Elijah kind of shares with you that she has lived on the planet Sheshrail. I freaking picked a planet with S's and I can't say S very well. Sesh Rill.
I know one S word he says very well all
Yes.
the time.
It's gotten a lot of practice. Like short, I can't say short.
I feel you on that.
Yes. The whole
Short.
the she shells down by the seashore. I can't do it. So I don't know why I picked the planet that Sesh. Fuck this. Sheshril.
Szechuan.
Wow.
Tatooine.
Yes, I'm changing this planet's name. So she's been hiding out there for at least the last 6 years, and she shares with you that for many years she can't really grow attached to many people. IG, but she does explain to you that back home she feels that you'll fit in well with the small group of, I don't say urchins, but
Ruffians.
ruffians. there's the word.
Ne'er-do-wells.
Yes. That she's kind of grown accustomed to. So you're going to land on the planet and you're going to get off the ship and you find yourself in the middle of this starport where Elijah's kind of tells you to keep your head down. Don't raise too much attention. There is a small yet kind of delinquent imperial faction that still inhabits the planet.
We're all together at this point
No.
already, or no? Okay.
No. This is just IG because you guys did not come with. Elijah essentially told you guys that she didn't really share with you that it was the Force, but she felt compelled that she felt that she had to go visit Yevon. Or not Yevon. She had to go visit Bespin. There's just something she had to do, and she should be back in a couple months' time. For the most part, the group you're gonna find you live in zone. I believe it's zone 2 of the city of Gallisport. Gallisport is the capital of Sheshril, and it is kind of a lawless city. Even though it's the capital, the city's really separated into what I'll say is 3 different regions. You have the poor housing unit, you have the industrial sector, and then you have the wealth. You guys live in zone 3, which is pretty much like
Wealthy, obviously.
no.
Of course not.
Of course not.
Pretty much all the zones are overran by bikers. A lot of the law and order is maintained by different gangs and factions that have their own motives. So we'll get into that a little bit more. So that's just, I kind of wanted to set the theme for where you're living. IG, you're in the spaceport. You're making your way with Elijah through to the customs counter. You reach the customs counter and there's a gentleman, bald gentleman. It's actually, you notice his right ear, the whole lobe of his right ear is pierced. He kind of looks you and Elijah up and down, looks down at his tablet and says, "Purpose of visit?" Which Elijah responds with, "Well, I live here. I went off world for a little bit of business. My name is Shireen. This is a droid that I picked up off planet. I hope he'll help me with some of the recycling I'm trying to do in Zone 3. He looks over you. He kind of grins at you, and you notice that his teeth are rotted.
Nice.
And
Very nice.
why?
I was just saying, that's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
So IG, he asks you for your registration code. Inko?
Registration code, beep boop. I am an intelligent droid. Designation IG 777. Beep boop.
He's gonna look over to Elijah and he's looking a bit confused. Are you sure this droid here of yours doesn't go into the recycle heap? And she just kind of chuckles. She says, "No, he's got to be reprogrammed. It's the central processing unit's not quite there. I think it may have been cracked, but for all intents and purposes, everything under the hood should be good." He continues to banter with Elijah a little bit and tells her that it's going to take a few hours with how busy they are to search the ship for any contraband imports, exports, etc. They have a lot of smuggling that tends to go through this planet, and if there's anything the Empire can't stand, it's illegal smuggling.
Why, yes.
Yeah. So, but IG, if you look around, you actually notice that there's like no one here.
I overheard him say smugglers. I can't stand those smugglers. You never trust them. Always up to no good. Damn smugglers. Get off my lawn.
You have a lot of personal experience with smugglers?
I've had a bounty or two for a smuggler.
What? Wait, bounty? I thought you were a recycling droid.
In a past career.
He kind of eyeballs Elijah now. Is there something we need to know, miss? And she kind of puts her head down. She goes, "No, like I told you, the processor's cracked. He just says random stuff and it doesn't make any sense. Is there anything we could do to try and help just speed up the search?" And he looks at her and kind of clicks his tongue, tells her, "Well, I'm pretty sure if I could motivate the boys a little bit quicker, if..."
Did you know that the square root of pi is 1.724?
No, that's useful though. Yeah, if you know how it goes. And she just kind of slides him a credit chip, and he pockets it and says, "Well, let me call over to the guys. See, maybe they can expedite this." And he gets onto a comm link. He calls the workers in the back, and miraculously, they've already finished the search of the ship. And he kind of waves you on. So when you leave the starport, you find yourself entering a wealthy commercial district. A lot of the people who are walking around in the streets are dressed very proper, but coming from Bespin, you can tell they're clothes is a bit dated. Even the buildings, while the architecture is nicer and things seem more organized, there's a thick sheet of like dirt and just gunk that seems to stick to every building. Anything that's white kind of has this brownish gray just hue to it. Even the air feels thick with smog.
I can picture IG looking at all of the outfits on the people passing him and just thinking, there is not an ounce of drip on this entire planet.
So what is IG thinking, seeing just all of this?
The meat has less colorful clothing or
Wrappers.
Packaging.
Yeah, packaging. Yeah, the meat has less colorful packaging in this planet.
Okay. So she kind of makes her way through the commercial district, and you actually notice you pass this Imperial headquarters, and you can make it out because there's stormtroopers that are doing routine patrols around the gate.
Paroles.
Yeah, patrols. So she kind of just, and as she passes, she just puts her hood up, and kind of pulls you down a side street. You spend probably about an hour walking through to get to the main gate that separates the zones that you're in, which is the wealthier zone, and entering zone 2. Zone 2 is where the rest of the group is. IG, she tells you that Elijah says, I've had such a long trip. This whole thing has been, it's been taxing. I must meditate, kind of realign and take everything in, and figure out where we must go next. If you continue down this street, IG, about 10 blocks down, you should find Taz Roost. There you should be able to ask for either Sam or Sar. Either one of them usually frequents that location. And just tell them Elijah sent you.
Affirmative.
And with that, she leaves you to your own devices, and she just makes her way towards what you assume is her house.
Okay. We'll walk on through the market and just head on a swivel, constant scan, prepared for any threat.
As you make your way to Taz Roost, you notice that on the side of streets, there's just garbage and debris everywhere. Unlike the commercial district where you in, where it was dirty yet organized, this place has swoop bikes that are just dismantled on the side of the road, burnt out. There's cars that have been flipped over. There's cans and just garbage. It's like no one cares.
They have no respect for the machine down here, and they live in a squalid pen.
It's a good.
This meat isn't even good sport.
So before we go further, there's one thing we forgot to do.
Mm.
Let's roll those force.
Ah, yes.
1 light side, 2 dark side. Good for me.
3 dark side.
Nice. All right. That's a good start. Now we need to also roll for everyone's obligation. Got to do that part. So I'm gonna let Ginkgo roll a D100. 40.
40.
Gotta do quick math on everyone's obligation and see what it's at.
I feel like
Yeah.
You might have hit it.
Yeah, he
I
hit it.
believe so.
Obligation triggered.
Shit.
Ginkgo, you take
Yep.
2 points of strain. Everyone else take 1 point of strain.
Uh-oh. Who's after me?
That's a big one.
Did you say who's after you?
Uh-huh.
You don't know. That's what worries
Uh-oh.
you.
This is concerning.
It's the constant fear. He's just looking around everywhere.
You feel
This
like
is why
everyone's
his
up.
head's on a swivel.
ever since you passed that Imperial building, that there's just someone watching you.
We're a very common model.
Whatever you have to tell yourself to make you feel comfortable.
There were hundreds of us constructed.
Whole hundreds for the entire galaxy.
Well, it's quite a lot given how strong we are. And, the uprising revolt, and then we destroyed our own factory. And anyway, let's go find this this bar.
All right, so you... Wait, where did that go? So you make your way into Kaz Roost, and it is a dive bar, if you've ever seen one. The
Right.
glasses
Flying
are...
the shutters open and everyone just kind of turns and stares, I
Yeah.
assume.
Yeah, I mean, you notice there's a few people at this time of day scattered throughout the bar. Everyone's kind of drinking out of what I'll call frosted glasses, but the frost has kind of a brown hue to it. Everything is just dirty.
Is this just my optical sensors playing a trick or needing to be recalibrated, or is this shit just like disgusting?
Go ahead and roll.
Is this perception or what?
Yeah, roll a perception. Is there perception? Yeah, perception. This is gonna be 1 purple. This is gonna be challenging, but I want you to roll because I want to see what else you take in.
Not a lot.
0 successes, 2 advances. All right, so you notice in... Yeah, there's not much. You just know it's dirty.
Okay.
You don't really notice anything else.
Just my sensors pick up a lot of just like some detritus in the air.
Yeah, this is one dirty planet.
Neat. All right, so we're confidently just gonna stroll on into this bar. We
Where do
will
you-
approach a bartender.
Yeah, all right.
Greetings, organic.
So the bartender is going to be this short Sulistan, who he's doing the typical. He's holding the glass and he's kind of just standing there cleaning the glass, but not really cleaning the glass. And you're not from these parts, are you?
I am made of many parts.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm not sure if you're being smart with me though.
I am an intelligent droid, Designation IG 777.
Well,
How might I address you, meat?
well, you can call me Chevron.
Greetings, friend Chevron.
Oh, greetings. We don't get much of your type in here. Really don't have much need for food or drink.
Ah. But such a fine establishment. Also home to other forms of nourishment. I seek information nourishment.
Well, Not sure how much information you're going to get around here. Most people come here just to kind of drink their life away.
Mhm.
Really no one worth of note in here.
Oh, can I be
Perhaps
in
you
here?
could make an introduction. I seek organic named Sam
Oh,
and organic named Sar.
so I have to ask, do Sam and Sar know each other?
I believe
Like-
we have, haven't we?
Yeah,
Is
we
that-
talked about how you and
Yeah.
I were smugglers previously, and then I found Faith, and
Yeah.
you're aggravated by it, but still sticking together because we're friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's cool.
So, you sure you want to find those two? I mean, there's probably some less eccentric folk around.
It is this meat that I am directed to find.
So he looks you over and thinks for a moment, sighs. And what did they do wrong? What's the bounty on them?
I know nothing of said bounty. I'm not here to collect a bounty.
I mean,
In fact, I bring to them a business opportunity
you
and
might.
tidings of a good friend.
All right. Well, you can find them right around in the corner. Good luck to you. And he just kind of points you off into a table out in the corner where Sam and Sar are sitting.
I will thank the gentleman, Mr. Chevron, friend Chevron,
Yeah, just
and
don't go
make our
causing
way.
no trouble in here.
I am unarmed.
He's
For now.
Mhm, mhm.
So I'm gonna make my way around the corner to this booth table in a dark unlit corner. It's kind of brooding. It's fine, I can see. Are you the meat designated Sam?
You talking to me?
Ah, this one. Yes. Hello. Greetings,
look
meat
out of the corner of my
designated
eye as
Sam.
well.
Is this a friend of yours?
I have no idea who he is.
Is this one meat designated Sar?
Me? He must be talking to you.
Indeed, yeah. So as he glances up at him, Sar
Greetings.
has in his hand he has a whiskey. It kind of glows purple, and it's, the drink is called Inertia. That's what he calls it. It's one of his favorites here, and he looks up under his. He's got blue, almost teal skin, red eyes. What is it you'd want, droid?
I bring tidings of friend Elijah.
Sar rolls his eyes. Must be your friend.
Where is Elijah?
Went to meditate. Sent me to find you.
Huh. What's Elijah look like?
Beep boop. Beep boop. Female organic humanoid dress in robe. I don't know if I have color sensors. Do I have color sensors?
I would assume so, or else,
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, I probably
It-
wouldn't be very
it-
effective.
yeah, it'd be really hard to bounty hunt if you can't see color.
Yeah, that's true.
It's true.
Probably
So-
have beyond color sensors too. I'm just saying.
Yeah, infrared.
Yeah, that's true.
So, assuming that
Magical
The-
space wizard.
This is accurate, assuming. We'll say. For
Yeah,
sake.
yeah.
Okay.
He gives you an accurate description. Elijah is elderly-ish. I'd probably say she's 50s to 60s. Shoulder length, gray hair, unkempt.
Okay. So yeah, as long as I recognize who he's talking about. All right. Well, what's Elijah want?
Found good things on Bespin, I'm told.
We should
Told me
probably go
to
find.
ask that I come find you.
Just
I
come
mutter under
find
my
him.
breath just a little bit. Took her long enough.
She works on her own time, man. She's led by the Force.
It has been a very long journey. Perhaps she is napping. I hear the organics require rest.
Well, I mean, I suppose on some level, organics. You're an odd one. Are you damaged?
We are functioning at optimal efficiency.
Oh, good. Let's go find Elijah then.
So as you guys start to stand up, a group of 3 people kind of just kick open the doors. And you notice this group of people, they're all wearing these red leather jackets, like sleeves cut off. They have chest tattoos, ear face modifications. And the lead one of the 3 kind of steps through the door, looks at the girl to his left and says, "You smell that? You smell that stink? Smells like a rabid Mylock. And she kind of just gives this like fake laugh and says, "Yeah, smells like losers." You can tell she's really intelligent. And with that, the guy to his right pulls out from his pocket this large piece of cloth that he kind of unravels, shakes it out to everyone, like so everyone in the bar can see, and just kind of tosses it into the air, where the lead guy pulls out his blaster real quick, shoots it a few times with his blaster. The cloth catches fire and kind of floats down to the ground, smoldering. And with that, everyone in the bar just jumps to their feet. You can tell the people in the bar are they're all wearing like the same type of clothes, and it's this purple and black. We'll call them gang uniforms.
Mm-hmm.
To where the people in the doors are all wearing red and black.
What color are the people I just met with wearing?
That's a good question.
Oh, I'm kind of brown and gray. Very drab plain colors.
Okay, so this is not your fight.
They are not
Right.
part of these gangs.
Okay.
As
Was
one,
was bartender friend Chevron wearing a particular colored shirt?
he was not.
Okay.
We are gonna say though, as people are jumping to the feet, up to their feet, this Twi'lek gets just slammed into as he was just passing by, and he ends up stumbling into your table. This is where Anvash joins the group.
I'm here at last.
He stumbles into the table.
Yeah, I bump it pretty hard, actually.
I'm gonna catch him. Try to.
As he hits the table, the drinks spill all over, land in my lap.
Yeah, I want to try and like catch him and stabilize him.
Okay. So appreciate it. In fact, this will be a fun moment to do this. We make sure I know who's Sam and who's Sarzin.
I'm sorry.
Sam, all right. I would like to say that you both actually know me. We're not super well acquainted, but I think we're all in literally the same business.
Okay.
So, you would know, you see me around sometimes. I'm always trying to run something, not always doing the best job. But I'm trying. I'm trying out here. So you stabilize me and say, oh, all right.
Yeah.
All right, Sam.
Unless I need to roll for it or something.
No, at this point, it's just all.
All right. Yeah, so
So as I
catch him.
brush off the drink that's spilled, and I look up and I was like, Anvash.
I'd
Is it
offer to
Vosh or
replace
Vash?
that, but Anvash.
Okay, Anvash, okay. And Anvash.
I'd offer to replace that for you, but it'd be my last 20 credits.
Clearly.
Any idea what's got them all up in a roar?
You know how they are around here.
Open blaster fire in the middle of a crowded pub is not exactly terms for friendship.
And just as you say that, a blaster bolt, you can hear just the sound pierces the tension in the air, and the bolt just goes whizzing past your face.
My face?
Yeah. At this point, everyone in the bar is starting to open fire. Tables start getting flipped over.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I was about to say, yeah, I'm flipping the table and shoving Anvash behind it and motioning to SARS to join me.
It does seem like the organics are always trying to murder one another. It's their only redeeming quality.
What does IG do in this? Just seeing that humans just are at this point just doing blaster fire with each other. Others are like sucker punching people. At this point, it's just people don't know who they're fighting. The only people that don't seem to be hitting each other, the reds aren't hitting the reds, the purples aren't hitting the purples.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just kind of over in a corner bystanding.
Yeah, at the moment.
Bystanding, you say, I actually draw my blaster and start taking pot shots at the reds.
Okay.
I'm actually pulling out the repeater.
What is
preparing?
Bartender friend Chevron done?
At this point, you see him duck down behind the bar as glasses are just shattering and exploding on the bar behind him.
I draw my blaster as well, and I look over to Sam and I say, another exciting evening, I see.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to do this whole calm thing, like Elijah.
Another blaster goes shooting by.
How's that working for you?
You know what? I'm starting tomorrow. I'm going to stand up and just lay down suppressive fire.
All right. Everyone roll initiative.
Yeah.
Massacres don't start by themselves, you know.
I mean,
so what are we looking at here? This is a
it's a vigilance.
Yeah,
roll,
but
he's got to hit the start.
Your start initiative. You're right. There we go. Go ahead and roll. I have to add these guys in. Got a couple of these. So are you shooting at anyone, everyone, or are you focusing on the reds? Because that's going to determine how many people I have.
I don't have a necessarily like a faction on one side or the other that I'm attuned to.
Nope.
All I know is somebody almost shot me in the head, and I'm calm. I'm collected. my blood pressure is not raising, but
I'm gonna fuck shit up.
this is happening. I'm just.
It ends tomorrow.
I'm not trying to hit anyone necessarily, but I'm making sure that they know that if they don't move out of the way and chill the hell out, everyone's getting hit.
Okay, I'll start by
like
adding.
I said, suppressive fire.
Okay. Let's see. Let's go.
This is the ACP repeater.
All right, we're gonna only add 3 of these for now. And we will roll for initiative on these guys. Sorry, I'm getting the hang of rolling this still.
You're good.
Unable to match dice. What? All right, I'm going to put the 3 NPCs at the end. Since you guys get, I'm going to say you get the jump on them because they were focused on the other group.
All right.
So you want to roll church for your suppress, or you're doing more of like
spray and pray.
Right.
Yeah.
So your
it's
action
meant to get them to dive for cover and get out of the way more than anything.
Yep. Which is good. You guys are actually using some things other than attack.
We're going to be so much more advanced this time around.
Is this is a ranged heavy or just straight gunnery? Probably
well,
ranged heavy for this.
If you're,
because of the ACP is
right,
ranged heavy.
Yeah, go ahead and make 1 purple and it'd be ranged heavy.
All right, 1 purple.
There.
1 success, 2 advantages. Hang on 1 sec. I have things. Where did that go? Shit. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, that's mainly for damage. If I hit anything, like.
Yeah, I mean, you won't be hitting anything, but what you're doing is actually going to give them a disadvantage on any checks. Okay. So if they try and open fire on really anyone, they're going to have a setback dice because they're trying to shoot while not being hit themselves.
Okay. All right.
Who wants to go next?
I'll take one. Just picking out the closest of the red-shirted swoop gangers and opening fire on them. We're at short range engagement?
Yes, it'd be 1 purple.
Okay. Now let me see if I can get this auto roller to auto roll.
Oh, you're using the
weapon. I actually input the weapon data.
That's a nice feature. I like it.
Yep.
There we go. All right, there you go. That is from my standard blaster pistol.
2 successes, 1 advantage. All right, so you hit one of them square on.
Beautiful.
Make sure he doesn't have any. All right, so what's your damage is 8?
6 is the base damage of the pistol.
6 plus 2.
So I think it's doing the calculation.
Yep. And then there's 2. So he has 2 soak. So you end up doing 6 damage to him.
Yes, it has a stun setting. It is not currently set to stun. I'll point that out.
All right. All right. So yeah, you hit. You hit in the say the one closest to you.
Okay.
All right.
Very good. Very good.
He takes a solid blast to the second, leaves a scorch mark, and you see him kind of stumble back, gripping onto like his ribs where the shots just landed.
I would like to. Let's see what the proper thing to do is. Would like to use my maneuver to take cover once more behind the table, which should add a black to incoming ranged attacks.
Yep.
And I'm trying to keep all the combat stuff in mind. Can I spend that advantage?
How do you want to spend it?
I can recover restraint.
There you go.
That's correct.
I recover restraint.
Good use. I am so glad to see people like we're doing better.
We're trying.
We're so much better this
rules
season.
again.
It's like people studied and prepared a little bit.
Yes. So
Church.
Ambush is ducked down behind the table. He says, "Is it weird that this is good for my blood pressure?"
I've ducked back down after doing the suppressive fire, kind of blowing on the barrel of my gun. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's normal, right? Right.
And that's when Sarah looks over and says, normal is our everyday actions. As I head up over the table and I take an aim and I shoot at the lead one that came in, the one who did the initial talking. And so I'll take an aim and I'll fire a shot at him.
Okay. It'll be 1 purple and you get yourself a bonus for the aim.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Dice. Why is that not working? Oh, there we go. I didn't click the button. Sorry. Okay, there we
Press
go.
the button.
Add
Press
that.
the damn button.
I know the one that says add dice. That's one I failed to add. So,
Ooh, 3 successes, 2 advantage.
Ooh, fancy.
okay.
So subtract the 2 from that, so that's 7 damage.
Okay.
And 2 advantage is so close to that crit.
Yeah, no, I'll use the 2 advantages, and I'll say that the blast allows, opens him up for IG's next attack, gives him a bonus dice.
Okay. Kind of knocks him out of cover.
Yep. Yeah, there you go.
And then, yeah, we'll take that advantage, seeing it open up, and then pop off a blaster shot of our own.
Sorry, I was going to take a strain and duck back down again. That was my second maneuver.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's all right.
I wasn't trying to cut you
I
off.
forgot to say that.
Damn droids.
And, they go too fast.
We gotta react on that quarter second like opening before he like pulls himself back into cover or like moves his shoulder back, you know.
Of course.
2 successes, 5 advantages. So
Wow.
you land on the crit table.
Oh, I get a +10 from lethal blows.
Okay. So on the crit table.
Mhm.
So go ahead, roll the D100.
What does this button do?
Oh,
they
they
didn't do
built
it like
a
that.
crit table into
They-
here. That's
They built
fantastic.
it into here, but I didn't
Where is
roll
that?
a +10. I think
Teach us the secret knowledge.
I know. Okay.
I went over to the numbers dice, and
Yeah.
it's a red one below the blue button.
Oh. Look at
crit for this
that.
PC.
And it even
That
has the +10.
is
And it even
new.
has like a plus or a minus 10. I forgot to add the plus 10, but
Someone clip this. Everyone's shocked and happy.
Thank you, RPG Sessions.
Yes, that's phenomenal.
look, it even tells you what it does.
Yeah. So yeah. Scattered senses. So like you end up actually, instead of me giving the narrative, tell me how you picture this shot causing, we'll say, the female character to have scattered senses.
I don't know, kind of just, I don't know, like cracks are in the ear or something. Like
She saw a picture of Ren on a holovid.
I don't know,
Let's-
it just
There's
kind
many
of.
of them.
Let's say you shoot the table that they're hiding behind and it
Oh, I shoot 'em
splinters and
through the
shatters.
table?
Yeah, and
Sure, like some splinters, like getting in her eyes.
Yep. So yeah, target removes all bonus from all skill checks until the end of the ink. Nice hit.
You still have some advantages left.
I should
I
have forgot
will
to do all
Recover
this.
a strain.
There you go.
All right, good job. So, and that was
But
how much
also kind of
damage?
get back behind cover. Oh, 8.
8. So that was 6 damage for that one. All right. So they've all at this point have all kind of been shot and seen seen a little bit better days, and they're still also kind of trying to dodge incoming fire from the other table. So I'm gonna say is at this point they've kind of realized they're in over their head at this point. And you see
What's wrong,
them,
or
yeah, you see them like grabbing the table and dragging the table towards the door and kind of using it as cover. Since they're close enough to the door, I'm going to end initiative at this point to you seeing them just bolt out of the door of the bar. And you hear the engine of a couple of swoop bikes outside just rev up and just shoot off down the street.
Are they still shooting?
You
Nah, they're off.
yeah,
That
you
was-
may
that was
see
in-
the occasional person still shoot at the door, but
Yeah, no, that was an in-character question.
And Vash flips the table back up. It's always like this on Tuesdays.
Look, my drink spilled.
Now I understand why Elijah told me to find you.
What? You know, sorry, I just want to say I'm sorry for losing my temper. I'm really trying to get this under control, man.
yeah, I know, but okay, it'll be all right. That was okay. That's the most excitement we've had in come on a week at least, right?
Yeah, did you see the pew? I mean, right here,
I know that was great.
man. I just that could have hit me.
Yeah, and by this time I just holster my blaster. I'm kind of wiping off the rest of the drink that was still on me, and kind of sit back there at the table and says, "Yeah, well, I kind of missed the excitement, you know."
You've got here. Brush some sparks off of him.
you say brush some sparks.
Yeah. From the blaster burns in the seat
There
behind
you
him.
go.
I was thinking like glitter.
Singed a little bit.
I need a drink.
Hell. As Anvash did actually spill the drinks before any of that started. What's that going to cost me? Replace them with their beverages of choice.
Can you afford it?
Can't afford not to. It's my good name.
I think they owe us at the bar after that, really. I mean, if I was endangered.
Friend Chevron specifically told us not to start anything.
What?
We didn't start anything.
I started
things.
I finished things.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll give you a round on me.
You brainy or merchandise?
I am an intelligent droid, you know.
Shit. You'd make damn good merchandise.
IG-77.
Oh, IG, you say? Forget I said that.
Cards?
Forget I said any of that.
IG-77.
He's
I'm not going to say that all the time.
I think he's with us. No.
Him?
Yeah.
No.
I don't know if you're familiar with that serial number. I hope he's with you.
The lady sent him.
Oh. Let me get those drinks. And then he goes off to get the drinks. This is both very troublesome, but also smells like money, and I could really use the money.
So as you're you say that to go and walk away, this guy actually meets you at the bar, and actually he looks back over at the table where the rest of the group was, and he just whistles at you and just waves you over to the bar.
Who in particular?
It's this guy. He has
No, I mean, who's he waving to?
Everyone at your table. Like he whistled over at you and was like, and waves you over. He does that finger whistle that I can't do.
Did he just whistle at us?
This is starting to... Wait. What was it she says? The force is in me? No. Shit.
With you.
With me. With me. Let's just go find out what he wants.
All right.
You do the talking. I'm not good at that part.
All right. So Sar, who's not too fond of being whistled at like a dog, gets up. He has on a little bit of a tight leather jacket, a little bit wider pants, but they get tight at the bottom. So his thin figure stands out. He likes to actually dress according to his body shape. He has a very thin, frail figure, but he's not modest at all. So he kind of struts over there with his blaster hanging down just below his hip there. And he approaches. Okay, first of all, do we know this guy again?
You know him in terms of like you've seen him around at the bar.
Okay.
And you know he runs with a group called the Rabid Minux.
So as he's walking up, I'm behind him. All 6'8", 280 pounds of me.
Towers over me.
Just huge, like brute looking dude. Wearing, the survival armor. Still kind of got that repeater over the shoulder, but just trying to stay calm. Just trying to stay within the realm of force.
This season's gonna be so fun.
Okay.
All right. So as I approach, I talk to the guy before I get to him. Hey, if this is about what started here tonight, we had nothing to do with that.
Oh, I know you didn't. You definitely are not the spiders types. But I have to say, that was some damn good shooting you fellows had.
And the slight grin appears on his like razor thin mouth there. You say so.
Yeah, and I haven't seen spiders run like that for a long time. You see, they're growing a little brazen as of late. Definitely targeting in Zone 2. They've just expanded into Zone 4, and now they think they can encroach our territory.
I'm gonna lean over Sar. Be like, he almost shot me.
My hand goes up just to reassure him it's okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
I mean, technically, based on the trajectory, these are the guys that almost shot you. Not the ones that we shot at.
Go back to kind of clenching and unclenching my jaw and trying to stay calm.
So he just at this point, is everyone kind of came over?
Yeah, I'm up there too.
So he looks over the group, and he looks over at Sam particularly, and like, it's a mighty big popper you got there.
I'd say, yes, he is. Thank you.
I'm just going to get one of those really slow, kind of widening smiles, kind of look up at my gun. And it's the only girl that's never done me wrong.
He looks over at you, Sar, and says, we don't see too much of your type around here, and I've seen you around town. You one of those zoomies?
Well, yes, I've done my fair share. Yeah, I do have a thing for them bikes. As he kind of almost reminisces off a little bit.
You hit the old track any often, or that's how you do there?
I haven't hit the track, not in months.
He's a good shot. He usually hits with anything he's aiming.
Okay. He looks over.
You can feel the type here.
Racetrack. You speak of a racetrack.
Oh yeah, it's you gotta cut loose. I mean, not all fights have to be finished with weapons.
Gambling?
Oh yeah, I mean everyone likes to put down a little bit of betting. There's a monthly race that takes place. Matter of fact, I think it's coming up maybe a week now. And a lot of people bet their own bikes, and there's cash. There's pride at stake as well. I myself, I'm not so much of a zoomie, but I'm working on a little something special. So have a nice little surprise for the next race, I think.
What better surprise?
Good. Go ahead.
How would one enter one of these races?
Well,
you stand before the reigning champ of the Bespin Grand Prix.
And at that, Sar actually looks up, and he all of a sudden it clicks. He recognizes, you're him. You.
Indeed. Machine supremacy.
Should I know who he is?
I forget what the name of the race was. What was it? It was the Bespin something,
there's
right?
the best
The Grand Prix.
Bespin Grand Prix.
Okay.
The Grand Prix.
The Grand Prix. He won the Bespin Grand Prix however long ago it was.
You mean he's more than just a boost bot?
We have many talents.
And most
This
droids around
droid-
here are just good for stealing shit.
I am an intelligent droid, you know. Capable of many tasks. Though I
Yes,
prefer
it
murder.
seems you are.
And who was your partner? That was a gank. A gank. Yes.
Oh, it was a great android or cyborg that I had the pleasure of working with.
Yeah. And I mean, almost his eyes just widened. That leap from that car. That was incredible.
Indeed. The
Wait.
stuff of legend.
Where was this?
In the atmosphere above Bestman.
Where she just came from.
Indeed.
And all of a sudden, you can the eyes. You can almost see the gears clicking behind the eyes there.
I am responsible for her safe extraction.
Good friend, Mr. Chance. Did news of the theft of the Jewel of Yavin ever make it out?
It did, but it wouldn't have been big news out here. That would have been like more news in
At an underworld check, you think?
The black market circles who
Yeah.
are very concerned
You-
with the movement
if-
of highly illegal objects?
if you want
would-
to do a search, like a roll for
I mean,
that,
love to.
like a smuggler's network
was-
would have
it was-
kind of heard about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, like it
probably
wouldn't have been-
Good.
Good.
It's probably overwhelmed by the sheer number of deaths and violence.
There was a lot of that too.
that would have
Dar is more interested in the race, so he isn't even thinking about the jewel right now. He's more interested in the race.
Murder everywhere.
But no, I would love for a chance for Anvash's smuggling senses to pick this one up to make the little connection there.
What is
yeah
that, Underworld?
that'll
Underworld number?
yeah that'll be Underworld, and with where you're at
Mhm.
in the Minos cluster, we'll add, let's do 2 purple.
That seems fair.
Be an
I'm gonna
average
add a
check.
third one because I'm just not very bright.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Oh,
I love that actually.
Sam's like, what's a newspaper? What's a holovid?
You guys are dumb.
So yes, you know, on Vash is it Vash
Vash.
on and Vash. Yeah, you know a little bit about the jewel being taken.
Oh no.
What?
The penny has dropped for Anvash in this moment, and it would be very funny to me if the two threats are he has realized it, but the very idea is so shocking to him that he audibly cannot help himself. He goes, "Oh no, not the jewel."
You're dumb. What are you talking about?
And he's looking at you, IG, when he says this.
Not here.
Oh no, certainly not here.
And not her.
So just as you say that, you see these blue and red lights kind of just pierce through the window shades from the outside, and you just hear the sirens of approaching vehicles, and entering through the door is going to be one person in one of those dated suits, IG, that you had saw in the commercial district, followed by 2 other, what I'll call officers. These officers, however, don't look like normal law enforcement that you've seen on other planets. These ones, they're actually wearing denim jackets, have mohawks, ear piercings, And they have badges on their jackets that say Lalas.
So
Lalas?
Lalas.
Chance,
Local law
Chance.
enforcement.
Chance. So my 3 failures and 1 advantage, if you'll allow it. Sam is going to get very frustrated with all this ridiculous nonsense talk about jewels and races and other such dumb nonsense. And he's going to get very frustrated in an attempt to keep his temper under control. He's going to start storming out the door just as they're coming in. And the advantage is his sheer size. I want them to have to get out of my way as I go out the door. As I'm just like, stupid, dumb, hollow vids and news reels and just.
Sam! Oh. He starts to follow as I follow after him.
I'll allow it. So, all right, Sam in charge has left the bar. The head officer makes its way over to the group that was standing at the bar, so that just leaves IG and Vash.
Mm-hmm.
And they approach the group, and they specifically look over at the gentleman who had whistled you over. Just as they arrive, the bartender actually sets down a few glasses of different various drinks, looks at the guy who had whistled you over and was like, Chopper, where'd they go? And with that, the head officer actually approaches and looks at her, or looks at him and says, so, Chop, what happened here? Chop kind of explains, goes through, talking about how it was spiders encroaching on the territory. The officer themselves keeps glancing over at the IG. Ginkgo?
Yep.
How was that roll of yours earlier?
Which one?
The obligation.
Oh, I don't know. Wasn't that like a 40?
Yeah, I'm trying to give you a hint that you should feel nervous.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just reminding you
Something
about
IG
your
does.
obligation.
IG is definitely aware that law enforcement is looking at us.
Okay.
Like I'm sure IG units are in like some training manual because we're like an old war relic, basically.
So she looks over at Chop and says, so Chop, who's your friends? They don't really seem to be the Minuk type. And Chop looks and says, come on. We're all friends here. You know how it is. Jewel coming up. I didn't think this part through. And it's a guy, so he you see he gets a little prickly about being called Jewel, and kind of instantly looks over at Vash, says, what's your story?
Oh, I was just trying to have me a little drink, and there was this minor altercation. I'm no trouble to anyone, really. And I'd like to make a charm roll.
Okay. This charm roll will be 3 purple.
Let me check my...
See what skill you got.
Yeah, I don't remember what it lets me reduce things on. If it's charm or if it's just deception and cool.
Jewel paid.
Deception and skullduggery. So no, I don't get it for this.
Okay.
regardless, so charm. Just smiling, not suave. He's a little too rough for suavity, but looks like a fun guy right now.
That's a lot of fun.
Yeah, you're successful.
Yeah.
Something about your accent. He's kind of just enamored with it.
It is from off-world. I don't know how far we are exactly from the Twi'lek homeworld. I know it's on the outer rim, but it's a big rim.
Yeah, I'll have to look that up.
But yeah, it's just don't mind me. I'm just out here getting to know me new mate. Pointing at IG. So, real interesting, these types.
Yeah, they're a bunch of no good. Holier than thou. Robin Hood folk.
You've looked around. You've seen where we are. That's a cut above the rest, honestly.
And then she looks over at you, IG. And she holds up a data pad. And you see this red line, just your sensors can tell you're being scanned. She puts the data pad down and says, "What's your story?"
I'm sorry, guys. I need 30 seconds. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
You're good.
My story. Bounty hunter by day, race car pilot by night. Enjoys a good gamble. You want to play cards? I won the Grand Prix last month.
We don't have a Grand Prix.
On Bespin.
No, before you say that, can I give you a knowing look?
A knowing.
Oh. Yeah, okay. On Tatooine.
Which is it, Bespin or Tatooine?
It was the Tatooine Grand Prix last month.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
What? How'd you finish?
First,
Right, but
best
like
droid pilot in the galaxy
by how much?
by a mile.
Literally a mile.
What's a mile?
Do me a favor. I want you to roll a 3 purple deception. There's not a deception, is there?
There's totally a deception.
Is there? I can't remember.
There's absolutely a
Zero
deception.
success is one threat.
And as Anvash is here attempting to make some money off of this droid, Anvash is gonna back him up.
How's he
Essentially.
gonna back him up?
Basically just follow along as if this was just a casual conversation where he could reasonably, interject and say, "Yeah, he was just telling me about him racing all around. He's in town. He heard about the swoop bike races."
So you're trying to distract
Supplement.
Okay.
Supplement the story with details that a good liar might present.
Sorry, I'm not one of those.
No, IG is not built for lies. He is built for action.
That's fair.
So because of the successes that you had on your charm, you're able to successfully distract from IG's failure.
Yes, so we've transitioned the conversation now into, yeah, I think he's got a real chance at the swoop bikes this coming race.
Really? So you're all gonna race then?
Oh no, not me. I'm more of a supplier on that end. But if I'm laying any money out, it's on this fella.
What exactly do you supply?
Oh, you know how it is around here. You got to get parts. Everything's always breaking down. You never know what you need.
So you run a shop?
No, I'm a logistics expert.
What shop do you work logistics at?
In this case, I would say that Anvash actually has been smuggling items, some of them swoop bike parts, in the area for a little while. A couple of deals have gone poorly for him, but he probably could drop a few names.
Okay.
They're not the most reputable shops, but neither are they explicitly criminal enterprises.
Not straight up chop shops, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm just debating if I should have you roll.
If I had to
knowledge
spend a
check,
point or
but no.
something. Yeah, that's fair.
No, I'm okay with that. I won't make you spend a point. Yeah. All right.
Appreciate it.
So yeah, you inject the name of a shop that we'll say the shop's actually been shut down and abandoned for a month. That's the threat, is if they actually do any cross check, they're gonna know that the shop is shut down.
Yes. It was shut down because that's how the deal went so bad for me. They shut down, they fled town, they've still got my money.
Okay.
I like it.
So while this is going on, Chop can actually get the sense that things are starting to go south for you, and walks up, puts his arm around, was it Jewel Paid? That's the character's name. Thank you for that name,
it is now.
Ginkgo. I need to mark that off as the bot name. It's much better than the Beth Ovens name that we have.
Beth Ovens.
Yeah. And he's like, come on, Jewel, let's cut us a little bit of slack. I mean, you know we didn't start anything. It's those damn spiders. Why don't you, instead of busting our balls, why don't you go out there and do a little bit of something about them? You know they're not good for our neighborhood. They're definitely not good for the governor. You think he's going to be happy knowing that they're consolidating their power? And Jules like, that's above my pay grade. I'm here. I respond to calls. And this is the third time we've been called out. This keeps up, we're definitely going to be raising the protection rate. We can't be spending all our time out here. And they banter a little bit and leaves the rest of the group unattended.
Perfect.
Is there anything else going on outside where we're at? Just curious.
Where did you just step outside, or did you leave?
No, literally just right outside the door.
From outside, you just noticed the speeder bikes. There's really nothing else going on outside right now.
Okay. All right, so I'm trying to console Sam as best I can. Oh, come on, Sam. It's not that big a deal. Just we were in the middle of something going on. Good there. The race.
I don't like it when they make me feel stupid.
You're not stupid. I don't hang around with stupid friends.
Fine. But the lady doesn't steal things. She didn't steal the thing.
We haven't even seen her yet. We don't know the story. Well, who knows? This IG unit could be totally lying.
That's probably right.
Good.
That's probably right. The robot is probably lying.
There you go.
You can't trust them. I mean, anyone could punch the letters and make it say whatever, right?
Yeah. Asar is thinking in his mind, yeah. Let's go back inside. I want to talk. What was the guy's name?
Scooter.
I can't remember his name.
Chop.
There you go. Yeah. So Chop, I want to talk to him about this race. Get the race going. You know, it's been a while since I've raced.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was selfish and I lost my cool, and the force was not on me today. And with The force was not with me today. Let's go get our drink, and we'll just ignore the liar robot.
Good. Let's go back in and talk. And I'm assuming about this time as we head back in is about. Are they headed back out this time, or?
Yeah, we'll
mean,
say
I know
the
our conversation was shorter, but yeah.
we'll say that at this point the cops are leaving. The Lalas, as they go by, get on their bikes and take off, and you see Chop just kind of leaning against the door, kind of legs crossed, waving off to him, and you see him pull a pack of spice out of his pocket. He just unrolls this cloth that it's in, pulls out this piece of what looks like let's say a fungus, tosses it in his mouth, chunks on it, says, "Man, it's been an exciting day with you folks around."
You know, it comes with the job. It comes with the territory. And as he watches the Lalas drive off, he says, "Friends of yours?"
They're a bunch of wannabe swoopers. They get paid by the governor to keep some law and order, but really they don't have much weight.
Is he standing in the doorway?
Yeah.
I'm gonna stare down at him and then kind of look into the bar and look back at him and point and be like, "Drink."
Oh, sorry. Pardon me. And gets out of the doorway.
My friend here is ready for his drink.
I'll move my hulking form through.
Hold the door open for Chop as we head back in.
And starts like arranging the drinks on the bar.
I'll go find my drink.
All right. Yeah. So the drinks that you had previously had been ordered by Chop for you are on the bar. Is everyone still at the bar?
Well, as we were walking back, I wanted to talk to Chop about the race.
Okay.
So I said, "So about this race, when did you say this race was?"
I think it's about 2 weeks out. You said you've raced here before, right?
Not in this race, but I'll take any race right now.
Yeah, I mean it's a couple weeks out. And most racers these days are just betting their own bikes. I mean, just it's a hard time for a lot of people. I mean, unless you live on the other side of the gated community, most of us are just living day to day. I mean, we just had to hit a food bank on the other side of town just to feed people around here.
They're telling me that damn chop shop picked up. Left with my last payment.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna finish my drink and then kind of look around and see if there's any others left on the bar that nobody else has drank yet.
I haven't touched mine yet.
Just kind of be like,
So this race, he say they bet their own bikes. Do I need a bike to get in, or how can I get?
Well, you're not going to do very well racing a bike on your feet. I know.
The size of it.
So, did you just say you need a bike?
Oh, I don't need a bike.
he's
No,
almost
not you, Chop. Sar.
The look on Sar's face that he's actually that he's hearing this from you is that he says, "Well, what do you have in mind?"
Well, I'm sure we can work out a very reasonable price, and I can source something for you. It'll be runnable. They're always runnable.
So as he glances back between you and Chop, and he says, count me in this race, Chop.
Well, I don't run the race. You show up.
Oh, I totally misunderstood that. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. The way I picture it is the adrenaline and everything that had just happened.
Okay.
So,
Mhm.
What you do know about Chop, though, no, it's I want someone to roll Underworld. Now,
Mhm.
if everyone, I'll give everyone a chance to roll, and we'll fill in the gaps depending on who rolls what of what you know about.
Mhm.
How many
What's the
purple?
difficulty?
Let's go with an average. So we'll go with 2.
I'm gonna add a third one.
Sure.
I think it's just a black die is all you need.
We're
We'll
gonna ignore threat advantages because this is I want to roll this more for like what you recall. You're not investigating or anything.
I've been around town for a while.
So on Vash,
Yeah,
and yeah, you're the only one. So you're actually familiar with both the Spiders and the Minox. Both are well-established gangs. The Minox have had a string of bad luck. They were actually recently set up, where their leader of the gang, Quace, she was essentially they went to go do a raid on a food bank on the rich side of neighborhood, and the cops were there waiting. The Lalos were there waiting, as if they knew when and where the hit was going to happen. The Spiders had recently been consolidating a lot of power. They're real ruthless and cutthroat. The Minox are viewed as kind of heroes in their zone. The Spiders rule by fear. And the reason why is the Minox take care of their people. They contribute. They do really have the steal from the rich, give to the poor mentality. Where the Spiders they're running the protection brackets. They're running a lot of the underworld spice running. But lately they've been taking over a lot of smaller swoop gangs in other zones and growing in size.
Can we go see about getting a job from the Spiders? It sounds like they probably pay better.
If only. I'm actually going to cause trouble for myself and everyone and say that when Anvash got into town, he sized everybody up and he said, all right, the Minox, they seem like I can deal with them. They seem to be doing pretty well in their zone. I'm just going to get affiliated with them and run merchandise for them. And then it all went to shit again, but now it's too late. The Spiders know that he's been working with them.
Okay. What you do know about Chop was he's well respected within the Minox gang. And he's actually a really intelligent mechanic. There's a lot of rumors that he's working on an experimental new swoop bike design.
Haha. Anvash knows this. Others do not currently know this.
Correct. And it fits since you're the smuggler.
Thinking. Says, Sar, I'll have you a bike in no time flat. And then he turns directly to Chop. He says, Chop, buddy, listen. You know we've done good business in the past.
We have. You've always been a straight shooter.
I know you've got a bike.
What do you know about it?
I've been keeping my ear to the ground. I've heard you've got something real special back there in your shop.
Or just kind of peeks
You're making
around
some
his shoulder.
innovations.
I might have a little something in the works if I can ever come across the parts that I need.
Chop. Come on. You tell me what you need to finish it up. But
Good.
we both know you like to build them. You don't get out there and race them very much except for fun.
That's true.
Put this boy on it once we get it up and running.
He looks at you. How tall are you? Or were
I'm
you? Are you?
5'11".
No. Sorry. Are you just dwarfed
5'10".
inside to Sam, or are you like?
Oh, I'm dwarf in size to Sam. Yes, I'm 5'10", so I'm right
Okay.
behind him at 5'11".
Okay, so you're
Most
not.
people are
You're not
dwarfed
like
next to
short
Sam.
and small. Okay.
Mm.
Well, he looks like he might be able to handle it, but unless you can somehow have a Aerotech 64Y Swift 3 repulsor fall in your lap, it's not going to be done before the race.
Aerotech 64Y, you say?
Yeah, that's right.
I'll say that Anvash actually pulls out his data pad and says, give me a minute.
Mm-hmm.
This will be the first time we've actually used this damn functionality, but I would like to check my black market contacts, and I would like to find the Aerotech 64Ys that might be available.
Go ahead and roll for it. It'll be a 2 purple.
All right. Remind me the skill I'm supposed to use for this.
Usually you can use Underworld, or I think Streetwise works as well.
Okay. They're roughly equivalent for me. I guess I'll keep leaning on Underworld for now.
I gotta find on the sheet. I used to have a section that told me what each one.
God, Chance, learn the rules.
There's so many of them.
The rules are powerful.
It's like, oh wait, that's. Nah, I was gonna start flipping through it since you challenged me, but yeah, I'll let you roll either Underworld or you probably rolled already. I'm not watching the screen.
No, you're good. I was still flipping through my own books because I do have a skill. I do have black market contacts, but it's a bit of a trade-off. I can reduce rarity by 1 for any item I'm trying to find through my contacts, but it adds 50% to the price.
Okay.
I was just not clear. Is rarity directly correlated to the purple challenge dice?
So
check.
I just looked. Buying items, black market is a Streetwise check.
Streetwise, okay. Let me.
Yeah, I believe if you look at the, it's buried in there. I know
Right.
you get different levels of purple based on the rarity.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you do a 3 purple on this one.
Okay, I found it. I found the relevant table at last. All right. So if I use my ability, can I downgrade that down to a 2 purple?
Yeah.
All right, I will do so. 3 purple is just a bit of a stretch. I really need this one, even if it's expensive.
I want this to succeed.
1 success, 1 threat. I'm gonna flip one of my dark side tokens.
Come on.
And
Hit me.
so you do not find anyone that has one for sale,
Mhm.
but in your research, you do find that these repulsor sleds are actually manufactured in the in an Imperial manufacturing district here in Gallisport.
All right, Chopper. I will get you your repulsor. Damn Empire has the production all locked up, but it's here. You sit tight.
This will be something if you can actually pull one of these off. Not even I have the balls to hit an Imperial warehouse.
Me and the Empire, Chop, we've got history. And
Sure.
with that,
One eye kind of raises up. Really?
Is there a third drink on the bar?
yes, Anvash has actually been too distracted to drink his.
I'm gonna just kind of tip that one back too, real quick.
I would use a roll against you, but let's just say that it's one of those in-character things that Anvash is turning to the assembled crew and saying, well, seems like we're in this one together now.
As he says that, I'm going to turn around with the drink still kind of in hand and be like, what?
Would you
seems
boys
we
care
are.
to accompany me on a quick trip cross town?
What are we doing?
Oh, we're just going shopping.
Oh,
It's gonna be a fun one, Sam.
for clothes?
No. Bits of mail.
What?
About yay big. You put them in a swoop bike, and it goes real fast.
Oh. Okay.
This is what I was talking about, Sam. This is a good thing for us.
Okay. We need to check in with the lady at some.
And that we will.
So-
Okay then.
For
want-
this, actually,
Okay.
we might want to do that immediately. Knowing that Elijah is not an Imperial friend herself.
And then I'm gonna say we're gonna call this session at this point. 'Cause This will give me a chance to build things out a little bit more organized for the next one.
Mhm.
Because if things don't go well, you guys might have a lot of problems, and I want to make sure I have those contingencies set up.
We love problems.
Remember, people, less problems.
Wait, what problems?
You're about to hit an Imperial manufacturing warehouse.
Oh, fun.
I thought you'd enjoy that, considering your history.
Yeah, fuck those guys.
What I found really interesting about this sled when I was looking it up, and which really made me want to use it, is
Mhm.
it says the coil chamber is flooded with a mixture of Tabana gas and chemical stabilizers.
Oh, that sounds very explosive.
Yeah, considering you just came from Bespin, I thought the Tabana gas was a nice tie-in.
Nice.
Mhm. Hey, we were at the factory that was processing that.
Well, I will say that one thing Sam does really well is the tactic of fuck that guy over there very much. So if that's where we're headed, I'm your guy.
Mhm, mhm.
I picture you guys being like Backworld A-Team.
Dun, dun, dun.
MIBA
No.
Baracus.
What
I'm pity the
we've
fool.
done here is the classical RPG staple is oops, all barbarians. We have achieved the Star Wars equivalent. Oops, all smugglers.
Yeah.
Did.
Wait,
Sam
is everyone a
turning out to
smuggler?
be fun.
I think so.
Yeah.
IG's a bounty hunter.
IG is a bounty hunter, but he was just smuggling.
Yeah.
Yes.
I do appreciate that you could be a smuggler, but you can be one of 10 different flavor smugglers.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I'm trying to reform.
I mean, it's such a broad umbrella.
yeah, I think Sar kind of he's the smuggler only out of because that's kind of the life he fell into. He's more of a pilot than he is smuggler. I just needed the smuggler career to get the pilot.
Sar and Sam are totally like flowers for Algernon.
And Vash is smuggler to his very core. This is his vocation. He's just got real bad luck. He keeps tying his horse to the wrong wagon.
And I think that's what I kind of like that dynamic because I think Sar knows that, just like you said, because I kind of knew you, so I was kind of playing on the idea. I was like, oh, what are we getting ourselves tied into? But the fact that you even have a chance of getting him on a bike excites him.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm doing in town here.
Everyone gets 4 XP for this session.
Lovely.
We're not going to vote on MVP just because it was a slow session to try and kind of introduce everyone into it. What's everyone's feelings on kind of the way this is going compared to the Jewel of Yevon?
I feel like we're off to a good start.
I like these characters a lot better.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, just the feel. I mean, I know I came into the last session late, but I feel like I think the tie-ins are really solid now.
Mm-hmm.
So
Sam will be much more of a team player. when it comes down to brass tacks, he's a good dude.
Is Ginkgo gonna be the party's murder hobo?
We need one.
We all multi-class into murder hobo in this bunch. I feel like there's not a missing blaster amongst them.
I did not shoot the first shot. I think I got out murder hobo tonight.
I actually didn't hit anyone.
Yeah,
I did definitely shoot a guy.
4th. So I think
that's practically innocent.
That's
true. It's true.
I'm just looking over some sheet info right now.
So somebody else is it's a pretty murder hobo-y party. I like it.
Yeah.
All right. What
I do plan to acquire. We're going to use every game mechanic we possibly can. I'm going to purchase the Politico skill tree as soon as I have enough experience. So keep an eye out for that.
Okay.
I love it.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I'm going to try and do this session is I'm going to try and, if you guys keep your sheets updated in RPG sessions, I'm going to try and take a look at your skills because there's certain skills that are so like arbitrary, you're not going to use them very often, but I want to set up situations where you can at least occasionally pull on them.
Very nice.
I do love that this is working to do all the auto ads.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. It feels like since the last time we played, they actually added a bunch of stuff in.
Yeah.
I want to say, like, without a crit, like, I could potentially do, like, 11 damage with that repeater. Without a crit. Sam's dangerous. Just a really nice guy. He's trying to be calm.
I got an idea. If things go south, Shar may be needing to use his astrogation checks in the near future.
Yeah.
Get us off this damn rock.
Right.
And I remember that was something
that
was something we worked out is I can actually co-pilot and man the guns on the ship. So
well, depending on how bad things go, you may not be having the same ship.
True.
True. What would you guys like to see added to the gameplay, if anything?
His first session. It's hard to say at this point, really.
Yeah.
Okay. But you feel like it's a so far, at least in the first session, was a decent balance between combat and RP.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was very pleased. You even like not having any time to prepare for my hooks, you handed both of them to me. You gave me like business to get in the middle of and Empire stuff to screw over. So that's all I need.
Does anyone want to screw over Rebels?
Not
I can make that an option.
Bash. Not Bash.
I'm driven
He
by
holds a
faith.
grudge.
Yeah, I don't think I want to screw with the rebels because, you know, yeah, I mean, in the movies they're the good guys, but in reality, they're the ones fighting the guys who are doing all the oppression to us. I mean, as a Duros, I mean, I've lost completely everything to the Empire now because, you know, I'm not even a first. I'm not even a second class. I'm a third class citizen. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So, if he doesn't like the Empire, I don't like the.
So, in terms of story dynamic, you're pro Empire attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Are you?
I'm pro Sar and Sam.
What
Yeah.
What are
We
your
had a good thing going.
What are your thoughts on
Then
like
she
since
came in.
since everyone's smugglers? Do you want to get like actual smuggling opportunities as objectives, or
Bash would pursue them.
Okay.
Whether they're there or not, basically.
okay?
As long as the lady okays it.
So the one thing I'm going to say, since you're all affiliated with Elijah, is she's not a Jedi anymore.
Mhm.
And she doesn't really talk about her time. Like you know that she believes in the Force, that she was part of this ancient religion, but she doesn't preach it. She lives in this gray area world now where it's more about survival. Like she doesn't go out of her way to directly help people. If she does, it's more behind the scenes. But if it comes down to her neck versus someone else who did something stupid, she's not gonna risk her exposure.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of what you know about her personality so far.
Yeah.
She's not dark side, but she's not light side.
I like it.
Fine by me.
All right.
The new force that they've been putting onto the shows lately. That's kind of what I see.
Okay. I haven't watched.
The not so. Oh, okay, yeah.
Are you talking
some of
about
the
like
newer
Bad Batch and stuff?
I have not seen Bad Batch, but I want to watch it. But yeah, I think that like when they start talking about Ahsoka and if you ever watch Rebels, they really get into the middle ground of the Force. It's really interesting.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I watched, I think, up until the last season and a half of Rebels.
okay.
I gotta finish, and I'm trying to go back and watch Clone Wars before I hit Bad Batch.
Yeah. Good stuff.
All right, cool. So so the next session, and just so I can update the calendar, is it the 27th or the 10th where everyone's available?
Either or.
I'm available the 27th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not
Alright.
the 10th.
All right.
Which
So
I mean, you guys continue on the 10th if you have to. That's fine. I'm just out that 10th.
we'll
Mm.
see how things go. And then
Okay.
I'll reach out to Typo, find out when, because I know Typo said they need a few weeks off with some stuff they had going on. So I'll reach out to them and see. That might be a time to intro them on the 10th
Okay.
if they're available. But yeah, no, I had fun tonight. Things are going to be a lot less organized than they were on the Jewel of Yevon, because most of this I'm going to be making up. It is strictly just homebrew campaign at this point.
That's what
Love
we
it.
do.
So
I don't mind some freestyle.
no, No, I enjoy it. So thank you for everyone who tuned in tonight. Church, what are you running tomorrow?
Just Cairn.
Karen,
Cairn's
we're back to
tomorrow.
Karen tomorrow.
And then I believe we're all getting back together for a game of Conan on the 16th. If everyone's still available. I'm still trying to figure out a way to coerce Church's character to be forced into some pulp combat.
He's smarmy.
He just runs from everything.
It works
Well-
so well.
He runs through everything.
All right. I appreciate everyone who tuned in tonight. Check out Church's stream tomorrow. Good night.
Good night.
Not everybody.
Yes. I had it. Ending. There we go.
All right.